Look, you don't have to try to fit in with society. Everybody feels so pressured to be like everybody else. But let me tell you something. You don't. You are perfectly fine just being yourself. Now, we all walk around with this sort of thought process that if we be ourselves, we're going to be cringe to everybody else, and everybody else is going to judge us for being who we are. But unfortunately, that's just not true. Now, to give you guys a little bit of a backstory on me, I was always, or at least I always felt like I was an odd fish in the school of fish, right? I would always go to school and I would always end up by myself at lunch. I would always be rejected by the other kids because they thought I was different because I was born with autism, which if y'all don't know what that is, you should definitely look it up. But I was always I always felt awkward when I was being around a group of students. And I think it kind of got to my head a little bit too much. And I don't even know if it was like kids trying to pick on me or what, but I always felt offended by other students seemingly not accepting me for who I am. So I tried to do all these weird things for attention. I'd try to get kids in trouble. I try to bring them to the principal's office. I try to be a fake persona just to try to get their attention and to feel validated. Until one day I realized that it's not even worth it to chase the validation and to be accepted by other people, because we're all unique in our own ways. Some people aren't as equipped for certain things, such as having a social life, but you have to learn to embrace your differences. And that's what I ended up learning after I got out of high school. I just realized how insignificant it was to try to fit into a specific group of friends, because everybody forgets about each other after high school anyways. We all go and do our own thing. We all work our own jobs, we go to school, whatever. All our life paths diverge from each other. So it's kind of pointless to worry about what somebody else thinks about you and being who you are as a person. Because if you're constantly trying to be like somebody else, trying to mimic somebody else's character and personality, even if it works, it's not fulfilling. You don't feel good about it on the inside. So you have to ask yourself, if I try to be myself and I lose everything for it, was it really mine to begin with? If I went to go be myself and I lost all my friends and everything I've ever earned, was it really mine to begin with? And when you really let that sink in, you really see how following your own true authentic path and being yourself will mean that everything you do get along the ways will be yours. You don't have to worry about hiding parts of yourself, because nobody's perfect. In the adult world, nobody's paying attention to you like you think they are. We're all following our own unique paths, and we have this thing going on called the spotlight effect, where we feel like everybody's secretly judging us, but in reality everybody else is going through the same thing that you are. They are conscious about the fact that somebody else might be thinking negatively about them. Truth is, everybody is going to judge you no matter what. Whether you do what is authentic to you or you mimic somebody else, it's still going to have the same outcome. You're going to be judged regardless of what you do. So why not get judged while being true to yourself? And looking back, I kind of see that you have to let go of your past. I always felt insignificant to other people when I was in school. because of the different friend groups and not feeling accepted. But when I graduate high school, I see that everyone else kind of just matures and gets over all their grudges that they have. And when you make new friends in the real world, they don't see the person that you were when you were in school. They don't see those younger versions of you that you didn't like. They see you as who you are right now. And that's why you just got to let go of those certain parts of you that you didn't like. You feel cringe about being those certain parts. But sometimes it's just not you anymore. You have to let go of your past traumas. And it's not always easy, but know that time kind of heals everything. And then when you do be yourself and then you learn to not care about what others think, that is truly a liberating feeling. Because you can go around in life and actually live a fulfilling life, and the people that accept you for who you are will be amazing to you because you're not really trying to impress them. You're just being yourself and they accept you for that. And we're all unique regardless of what you think. We all have our insecurities, we all have our flaws. Nobody's perfect. So there's really no sense in fearing what makes you imperfect. Because at the end of the day, we're all human. We're all here and we all want the same thing, which is peace in the end. We want to be happy. We want to chase the things that we love, attract those that we love. It's just a matter of realizing what it actually takes to reach that and how it's not as complicated to get there as we think. We think it's just this really long journey towards getting what we want, feeling respected. But we all have it in us to begin with. It's just finding that blueprint that makes us who we are. We have everything we need right in front of us, but we just have to sit there and unplug and just for a few seconds internalize and find out what our true purpose is, what we're really on this planet for, who you truly are here to serve. You know, sometimes you just gotta go out in nature, unplug from the fake worlds of social media, and just soak in the air, breathe in the air, be grounded to the environment that's in front of us, because that's where humans originally came from. Our biological brains are wired for nature, so when we spend time with it, we feel at peace and we feel happy. And there we figure out what we're truly on this planet for. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of reflecting, a little bit of time to yourself, a little bit of time with your own unique thoughts. And that's how you truly figure out who you are. You have to think deeply. And sometimes you gotta just write things down and then write down why. You have to dig deep because a lot of times the true core purposes and values are deep within there. Figuring out why we have the traumas that we have, why we have all those little aspects of who we are, why we chase and pursue the things that we chase. That's what realizing that is. So I'm going to sign out. I hope you guys have a good rest of your evening.